welcome back. Make sure final check looked good. I think we're ready to ride bikes. Today we're working on some functional reserve capacity again. Which was a real weak spot for me coming into this plan. But it's actually starting really come around and make some improvements, so these rides are becoming more and more fun. Riding the classic Watopia Figure 8 route. I've seen a lot of racing on that recently, and it doesn't qualify as a flat route that I typically ride on, but there's not tons and tons of climbing, so just thought maybe give it a shot, check my speeds, see if this is a course that I could throw into the mix for myself to still be competitive and expand my horizons a little bit. As always with these, especially the more intense workouts, I like to really do a good thorough warm-up. Hang out here in zone 2 for just a little while. Bring my cadence up for the last minute of this. cool off for just a couple of minutes and then do our 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Feeling better than I typically do at this stage of the workout, or this stage of the warm-up. Actually feeling pretty strong today, so hopefully that translates into good quality intervals. Thing to remember, of course, when you're feeling good, is to not cross over and do too much extra credit. We'll stick to our plan. So clearly the plan is working. Seconds, we'll just get prepared and shift gears. And here we go. Like I said about extra credit. Probably went up one gear too high on the back. Better on this one. Better on this one. There we go. There's not a lot of time between these, so it's good to know what gear to be in. Get the hang of it after a little while. All right, another couple minutes to cool off. And we'll do our little mini FTP set to finish off the warm-up. See how that heart rate's recovering early on here. pretty darn good. Really feel like I'm starting to get somewhere with this fitness. Recovery there, so that's pretty decent. All right, a couple seconds, we'll park it in our sweet spot for about 4 minutes. Get all the rest of those systems firing. Get the legs clearing. And we'll be ready to rock and roll for some big intervals. Such an instinct to want to draft. Alright, he ain't going my way anyway. The legs definitely want to do a little bit more than what the interval's calling for, but do a couple of these anaerobic intervals coming up. We'll take that snap out of those legs. Doesn't really matter in workout mode, but I do always really like it when my active interval carries me through that corner. want that jersey. That's not what we're doing today necessarily. We'll see. If one of those intervals happens to line up with that sprint segment, don't know if I'll be able to hold back. Love to have that sprint jersey. Our man looks like a pretty strong rider, though. It's gonna take a little something to snag it off his back. But I got a Pmax of 1600 watts these days, so anything can happen. Alright, we are 30 seconds away from our first interval in the first set. About as good as I'm going to feel right now. Alright, now it may take an interval or two to find my gear, but pretty sure I know where it's going to be. First one. All right. Only 4 more of those to do in this set. Oh, those rest intervals are just agonizingly short. Try to get some kind of recovery in the heart rate before we do it again. Here we go now. Shift up, get ready, here we go. Whew. Oh, those are tough. Only 3 to go. number 3. Oh, man, oh man. It's a long time to hold that. And just like that, here we go for number 4. Oh. Well, there's the limit, folks. All right, one more. Last one, best one, they say. And then we get to rest, and then we get to do that all over again. Super fun. Oh. It's fun to go fast. Shift our gear and go. Man, so what's interesting, looking at my PDC, it says those intervals Should be 28 seconds for me. And that is like pretty much on the mark. Holy cow. Now, make sure you're taking these recovery intervals absolutely as seriously as the active intervals. Let that heart rate recover. Spin that garbage out of your legs. Oh. Calories in my bottle today. A ride like this burns up a lot of carbohydrates. Basically, done with the hard stuff. It's 2.5 minutes. 2.5 active minutes. Talk about a bargain. You can suffer through just about anything for 2.5 minutes, especially for these kind of benefits. So, hang in there, get through it, you can do it. And if you can't, that's okay too. Just do it as hard as you can. Just hang in there. Hang in there, keep doing it, don't quit. There's only 4 more to go. Most important interval of the workout right here. Shift our gear and go. Recover, recover. 4 to go. Take a look at my heart rate. Does not want to come down now. Is there something wrong with my heart rate monitor? There might be. That straight of a line would be pretty unusual. There we go. Now I might have some bad heart rate data on this one. There we go. Now it looks like it's reading in real time again. All right, here we go. Definitely don't have a snap in my legs like I did, but we're making it happen. 3 left. I wonder if anyone else is using this. Got the Wahoo Ticker heart rate monitor. It seems to really gobble up the batteries. I wonder if anybody else has had that issue, or if there's a fix for it. I know it's both Ant Plus and Bluetooth. I wonder if I've got an app that's staying on and draining it. Well, problem for another time. Here we go. Two to go. 1 active minute. 60 seconds. Got an awesome sweat puddle forming under me. It's always a good sign. You're getting stuff done. Here we go. Most important interval of the whole workout. Right here. Here we go. We can do it. I can do it. Oh. Same thing's happening at the end of this set. Oh. That's okay. That's how you know you're stretching yourself. We're stretching those limits. Can't push those boundaries outward until you know where they are. Seconds. Last one, best one. Most important one of the whole workout, right here. Oh man, that is the limit right there. Now we just bump up and do a little zone 2. Just to round this workout out to an hour. This is one where I'm definitely not going to do any extra credit. As I feel like I got plenty of work in. workout. That's a good one. That's one of those at the end of the day you're like, man, I did something. You know it's a hard workout when it takes the chatter out of me. Usually I can talk to just about anything. Well, if you're watching me on Facebook, it would be a huge favor to me to jump on over to Twitch and give me a follow. I'm trying to get up to 50 followers. So I need that momentum. Just hit that follow button, help me out. And if you're watching on YouTube, please just like and subscribe. We got a lot more fun stuff coming your way. Coming your way, so and all those other awesome things aside, who wouldn't want to just log in once in a while and watch me straight up be uncomfortable? I could probably sell access to that to people I've made mad over the years. I know there's a feature called Stream Boss you may have seen on some other channels where you spend bits and then you can tell me what to do. That scares me a little bit. I don't know if that's a feature you'll be seeing anytime soon on my channel, but hey, you know what? If I get enough demand for it, you guys are the Stream Boss. As much as I'm doing this for me, I'm doing it for you. We're doing it for each other. That's a real community right there. A few more minutes, then we can wind on down. Definitely feeling this one. And you can see it in my heart rate. Got a lot of fatigue built up. I'm not doing the sprint. There's no way. Nothing left. See, this is where, if you were the stream boss, you could drop a couple of bits and be like, yeah, you know what, do it. Do that sprint. You're not the boss of me yet. This is one of my favorite sections of road in the whole game. They really did a bang-up job here, as they've done in most places. The only place I really actively don't like in this whole game, well, two places really, is one, the cobbles in Richmond. I haven't ridden Paris yet, so I imagine they're probably just as bad. It's so long, it's such a long section. I'll have to just like mute my audio when I hit those cobs. I'd probably go a long way, but the other one is the jungle. I just don't like the gravel, even though every time I ride there I turn in good times. Just can't convince myself to like it. And I've ridden the mountain bikes, I've ridden the gravel bikes. Doesn't matter. It's sort of ironic because my background in cycling is as a mountain biker. That's where I've had all my success. So you'd think I would be a natural for that stuff. And maybe, well, I mean, that doesn't translate for sure. But, like I say, I do turn in good times there, but inexplicably so, because not my favorite place. I won't avoid it necessarily. I mean, I will. I avoid it actively on training rides, but not necessarily in races. Because, you know, like I say, I do finish well there typically. heck of a workout. One heck of a workout. That's a good one to do early in the morning. Really shake yourself awake. And then go back to bed, take a big old nap. You tell him Coach Eric told you so. I'll sign you a note. I don't have any authority over anything, but I'll do it. I'll do it for you. See down at the bottom of the screen there how nice and gently we're bringing our heart rate back down. That's a big effort, and you can see it still really doesn't want to come down. Tomorrow, we're doing a 3x19 FTP effort. Almost up to that 2x20. Did I say 3x19? That's not definitely all right. 2x19. Definitely not ready for 3x19. Yeah, 2x19. How much is that 2x? That'll come. So, looking real fresh here. Look at stomp out 962 watts by accident. Whoops. So I'm looking at my heart rate here. So I want to see. So where it crests here is about 179. Where it crests here. 181. So stayed pretty fresh through that first set, even though I was really failing on those last two. And then I had a little bad heart rate data here, but it looked like my monitor came back to life. So I feel pretty confident that these last couple are pretty accurate. So we crested at 189 there compared to 184 there. So that's pretty good quality work all the way through. And you see the effort here stay about the same, and look what happens to the heart rate as you have that fatigue built up. So yeah, definitely a good hard ride today. And you know, again, we're going to build on that next week. So Now, based on how this felt and what happened in these 4 intervals here, these 2 here, and these 2 here, where I really kind of fell off that cliff in those last couple of seconds, I think what I'm gonna do is increase the rest between the intervals a little bit. And I think that'll help me get that little bit more quality, because I'd really like to carry that effort through all of those intervals. But like I say, according to one glove on, one glove off. So, I want to do what I can to make sure that that the intervals that I'm putting in are quality. Quality over quantity is really the name of the game. Because anybody can, you can ride hard, for 10 times for approximately 30 seconds and say, oh look, I did 10 functional functional reserve capacity. Man, my brain's kind of oatmeal these days. 9-week-old baby on hand, still hitting the trainer. But so anybody can go out and just do some hard efforts and call it functional reserve capacity, and say, and if you haven't ridden very much, that probably will improve your riding some. I mean, doing hard intervals versus not doing them is going to be better. But when you're building within the framework of a plan, and you're really trying to target these different energy systems, quality over quantity, hitting those zones, knowing what effort you need to be putting in for how long is really critical. It's really critical to improving those areas. So we'll take a look at that. And like I say, I think a little bit more rest between those would help. And then I'll also take a look. It may be time to, I hate to say this out loud, but with a little bit more rest, I might be able to squeeze out a couple extra seconds per interval in those. I don't wanna, but those are getting really uncomfortable. But like I said during the workout, who wouldn't trade? What is that? 30 seconds time. Let's see. So that's 2, 4. So it's 5 minutes of actively hurting, and not even 5 minutes of that, because it's really only the last 6 or 8 seconds that are really tough. So who wouldn't trade? A couple of minutes of really being uncomfortable for being faster on the bike. That's a great trade. So, you just get on there, you do it, you push yourself, and, there's never a time that I've come off the bike and I'm like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have, put those efforts in like that. It's... your mood follows action, So don't worry about trying to motivate yourself to do them. Just show up, get them done, give it what you got, and you won't regret it. You certainly won't regret the result. So anyways, join me tomorrow as I make myself uncomfortable one more time, as we do some FTP stuff, which I have well established that is not my favorite thing to do in the world. But the nice thing is, after having done that 2x18 last week, I felt pretty strong doing it. So it was still uncomfortable, but but I definitely got through it, and I felt pretty strong through the whole effort. And so I know I can make, you know, the 2x19. I probably could do the 2x20 today, you know, if I absolutely had to. But fortunately, I don't. So, yeah. So join me tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what time, but you know, I'll try to make a post on you know, Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff to let you know when I'm going to be going live, and we will keep building this and getting faster. So we'll see you next time.